So we're in her car now, and I'm in the passenger seat, she's driving, and I lay my head on her lap while she's driving, and everything is all good. And I'm like, babe, just take the corners super slow, because I swear to God, I'm gonna throw up if you drive too fast. So she was like, what happened? And I was like, all right, well, I was at Starbucks, and then Evan texted me, and he was like, do you want to smoke? And I was like, I don't want to smoke because I took Adderall, and I don't know how it would affect me, and he said it was okay, so now I feel like I'm gonna die. And she was like, all right, I know exactly how you feel. This has happened to me before. You just need to calm down. You need to get some fluids in you. We'll be to my house soon. So I was like, all right. The whole way I'm shaking, my heart is beating out of my chest, and every 5 minutes I'm like, Abby, I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna die. And she's like, you're not gonna die, Jordan. And I was like, no, babe, I'm telling you, this is it. I'm gonna die. And so she had to like just calm me down the whole way because I was overreacting. I was acting like a bitch. So I will even admit it, I was out of control. So we get to her house finally, and I go inside and I jump on her living room couch, and I'm just like groaning there, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. And she gets me a huge glass of water, and she brings it over, and she's like, here. And so I downed that water, and then I just laid on the couch and like passed out. And I don't even know how much time went by, but she comes over to me and she's like, Jordan, wake up, I'm going to bed. And I was just like, all right, well, what am I supposed to do? She's like, come with me. So I was like, all right. So she like holds my hand like a little kid, and like I follow her up the stairs into her bed. We get into her bed. I realize, all right, I'm way too tall for this bed. My feet are hanging way off the edge, but it's whatever. I'm so fucked up right now. So we get into her bed, go under the covers, and she was trying to cuddle with me, and I was just not having it. I was like a dead body just laying there, and she's like wrapping her arms around me, and I'm just not doing anything, and I just fall asleep. And then I remember while we're laying there asleep, all of a sudden she smacks me in the face. Oh my God, this was the scariest way to wake up. Her arm came over to my side, smacked me in the face, and then her arm went from my face to my chest, and it was just laying there like a dead limb. And I'm like looking around so confused, and I'm like, oh my God, she just like, is she dreaming or something? She just smacked the shit out of me. And I was just completely sobered up at that point. I wake up, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm looking around, I'm like, oh my God, I feel so much better. And I wake her up, I'm like, babe, oh my God, I'm alive. And so she was like, why are you doing this? Don't wake me up. And she just passed back out. And so I went back to sleep. My phone goes off at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's my mom asking me where I am. I was like, shit, I completely forgot to tell her that I wasn't gonna be coming home. But I told her I just slept over at Evan's house. I'll be over in like 20 minutes. And so I'm shaking my girlfriend at this point. I'm like, babe, wake up. You gotta take me back to my car right now. And she was just like, oh my God, are you serious? And I was just like, yes, you gotta get up right now. So she gets up, brushes her teeth, gets dressed, and we get in the car. We go to the gas station, and then we go back to my friend's house where my car was parked. I kissed her goodbye. I go back home. Then we worked together later that night. We get to work. We're talking about it. I'm like, oh my God, Abby, I'm so sorry. She's like, I have big plans for us that night. And I was just like, I know, I did too, but I fucked it up. I am sorry. Next day, very next day, it was Sunday, we broke up. She was pissed off. She's like, I've never had to babysit anybody like that before. You're like a child, Jordan. I just can't date you, all right? If I'm gonna have to be babysitting you every single weekend because you can't handle what you take. And I was just like, all right, you know what? I completely understand. I would not want to date me either, because I, at the time, was very out of control. So guys, that was the first time that I slept over at a girl's house, and it did not go very well. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like, and I'm out of here until next time. Peace.
Yeah, well, lexicon, lexicon, skinny nigga, but I bet that I'm still flexing on. All about my dream, like a fucking leprechaun. My suit up look mean, go Casio on my arm. Flow is untouchable, lot of niggas thinking that they sick till I prove that they not. Dr. Huxtable, stacking more cheese than a 40-pound Lunchable. And even white kids is telling me can't nobody fuck with you. Open the front door with a can of Coke, and I'm sipping it slow. KID can spit, real shit, let these niggas know.